me see here.
Here we go. Good morning and welcome to the National Newspaper Publishers Association's Let It Be Known. And you know there's an issue going on because we are on the couch with the therapist, Austin Cooper. You got your own camera. Wait a minute. He's leaning over. We ain't doing this. We're not doing this. Two bearded men leaning together. What's going on, Austin?
Good to see you.
It's always good to see you. What's the hat today?
You know, to be in your presence.
Oh, here we go.
Twice.
Here we go.
In 1 week.
I'm gonna vomit.
It's. I'm moved.
You moved?
I'm absolutely moved.
I thought you was moved because you were in Greer's presence.
That too.
That
But
too.
let's focus on you.
Oh.
Always trying to start trouble.
No, I mean it's Swag Hoodie Day. Happy Swag Hoodie Day, Power 96. He said, "Feet don't fail me now." He has a Mardi Gras ball to attend, and he will not dance like Aaron Hall. Why not? He said that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
No, I think he could pull it off.
I'm sure he could.
I mean, he probably could do Aaron Hall better than Aaron Hall.
Yep.
And Southbound 3000 announces with pride, JSU in the building.
Okay.
What's you giving JSU no love?
All the love, JSU.
Oh, that seems like a Deion Sanders diss. Come on now. Where you going to Colorado? Oh my gosh. All right, Austin Cooper. So we're in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We're in the den of sin. We are entrenched in DeSantis
And you
country.
being nice when you
Listen,
the Denver sin.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not trying to get in trouble down here. I was reading so in Alabama, see the South is the South. Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, they all one to me. They all one state, really to me, right? Alabama killed a man yesterday. Was it nitrogen gas or whatever? And she has as much Ivy, that is, right? The governor. She has as much humanity to her as an earthworm. And she goes, and she says,
You being kind?
I'm trying to be kind. You know it's hard. But she goes, it's nothing wrong with that. In fact, the inmate said that he would prefer that if we can't do lethal injection. And the way she spoke, like, if we can't do lethal, it's almost like if you can't have an apple, take an orange.
You're talking about a man's life.
And you talk about a man's life.
Describing, death, his execution with such ease and such comfort and such concern. Since I've been, down here, as you know, I'm born in Miami, but it's amazing how many people I have talked to, relatives, friends, who have said regarding Governor DeSantis, we just want him out of the state, even if it meant him making it to the White House, because now he is back in Florida, full time. He's angry.
He's angry.
Pissed off.
Yep.
Who knows how we are going to be impacted by the crazy decisions that he's trying to. Because keep in mind, he still wants to be a younger version of Trump. So he didn't make it to the White House this go.
But they all try to.
Probably planning to run in 4 years.
Yeah, they all try to out Trump, and that's the thing. They all try to go as far to the right as Trump to show that they are for Trump, or just as bad as or worse than Trump.
Yeah.
Give me a break. I was walking across the street, right? So I had to take an Uber actually from here because I don't trust walking down the streets here. I don't trust Florida.
Really?
I don't trust it. I took an Uber to Walgreens, right? Listen, I'm not walking the streets of Florida. I'm afraid. I'm a black man in America. I'm afraid. I'm down here in the pits of where they really want to chain me up and put me in the fields.
That's you and I walk to Walmart.
No, we ain't doing that.
Yeah,
we're not doing. So I'm waiting at the crosswalk because I'm not jaywalking. I'm not going. If that the hand that with the red and the green, if it right. So this white woman, it looked like she was going to the gym or something, and she's waiting to cross. It seems like it took forever, and she's looking at me as if like, okay, if you go, I go. I'm like, hey, it don't work that way. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for that green. I'm waiting for that green, and it almost as if she read my mind because when I said my mind, It don't work like that. I wait for the green. You know, she started smiling. and then she knew. And then when it
unspoken truth.
Unspoken truth. And then when the light changed, right? And I start walking across, she started walking across, and she goes, were you afraid? I said, I'm definitely afraid. In fact, let me move over. You know, I can't be too close to you.
Something. Yep.
Right. You looking at me like I'm OJ with a knife.
When you,
she just, what was her response?
Yeah, did she respond?
She laughed.
Yeah,
that's fine. We going out separate, and I made sure that when we reached the other side of the street, if she was going to go my way, I was going to go the opposite way, just because she was. I don't play down here in Florida. This is, you're a Miami man. This is y'all country. I'm not dealing with it.
We're going to address that fear by walking to Walmart.
That's why we're probably on the couch right now. So David Youngblood says, we Americans will find any and every creative way possible to kill each other, but we will abandon you if you ask for food. No truer words have been spoken.
True, absolutely.
No.
On point.
So Austin, let's talk about some Black stuff. The NAACP Image Awards was announced. And I have to tell you, the folks at the NAACP who does it now. So I got, which is nice, and I appreciate this. The young lady who handles that, she called me up the other day. I think it was Tuesday. In fact, she called me. Says, "Would you like for me to give you the, the pre stuff, all of the nominees and everything ahead of time? Of course, with the idea that it'll be embargoed until a certain time. I'm sure, why not? So she sends it. And then, and then the embargo is lifted and she sends another one, says, oh, I need to correct. And then she sends another one, then a fourth one. And finally, this is the final one. We made some mistake. They made some mistake. When these publicists put out press releases, and I'm seeing more and more of this, are they depending now on AI? Because I'm seeing more and more of them sending us notes saying, oh, we made a mistake. It's not that the news organization, the newspaper or the website or whatever made the mistake. The people sending it makes the mistake. So my thinking, Austin, like when you sent me the first one, if I would have went with that, right, after the embargo was lifted, right, right, exactly.
For not having
what is going on?
Definitely, I suspect A1. We keep switching gear to politics here. You recall that in New Hampshire, assuming Republicans were behind it, but they were sending out voiceovers that sound exactly like President Biden, encouraging folks not to come out and vote during the primary a couple of days ago. So this whole, and that's just a tip of the iceberg with this whole AI that we're going to see between now and now in November, and it's all coordinated. Putin's behind it, Trump is behind it.
But they talk about misinformation and disinformation, which of course it's been rampant. But now with AI this cycle, can you imagine how much worse is going to be? And as you mentioned, this robocall or whatever that went out, Biden's voice.
Sounds like him.
Sounds just like him. AI did that.
They used the term, I forgot what the term that Biden, come on, pal, or something like that. But that was sprinkled there to make it sound authentic. And if you're not, which is why it's important not only to that we get out and vote in November and always, but certainly this November, but also be an educated, voter. And to say, why would the president of the United States call me and tell me not to vote? The primary. On the surface, it makes no sense.
Well, I found interesting. You mentioned New Hampshire and Biden, the fact that he wasn't on the ballot and he won big time, right? I'm starting to wonder. Like we've been talking about Trump a lot and how he's eviscerating the field in the Republican side, right? It's just him and Nikki Haley. But Nikki. I didn't say governor. I'm not like you. I'm not calling these people governor. I'm not doing that. So, you see, I got a point here, Austin. Come on now. But maybe with all the talk of Trump Austin, maybe we are underestimating the support of Joe Biden. Joe Biden's support that he has.
I hope so. I genuinely hope so. But I still think that the threat of Trump is real as it ever has been. And I would hope that the mistake is, once we get comfortable and you start telling people that he has far greater support, which hopefully is the case, but don't want to give anybody the opportunity to say, I don't need to vote. I don't need to register. We've got.
Well, I think voters themselves know that. Those who vote, they know that they have to. At least they feel like they have to.
We've got to make it
because
imperative that
those
who don't vote have got to get out and vote.
Because there's talk of course, the turnout, what it might be. It seems like that is every cycle, though.
Yeah, someone was it Bobby on the town hall the other day? Somebody made the point that the black vote, and I don't want to put it all on the black vote, because you got white folks not voting as they should, and white women in particular not voting and being fickle.
White women may not be allowed to.
Yeah. But had blacks. Let me not just say black, had everybody voted like they should have, including black, including white women in 2016, and Trump had lost in Florida, we would not be where we are today.
Wow. Well, Austin knows this stuff. So I'm going to get back to the NAACP awards. Now, I know these are popular names, but they're not popular with Austin and I, just so y'all know. We don't really know these people. We haven't been formally introduced. Ayo Edebiri. I know I said it wrong, so I don't want to hear no lip from Power 96, who's complaining that he is not. Power 96 is complaining that he did not get nominated for surviving Freaknik. And I think Freaknik survived Power 96. So there you go. But Coleman Domingo, they lead the nominations across motion picture and television, right? Those categories. Usher and Victoria Monet.
I know Usher.
Dominated. I know Usher. Now, Victoria Monet, that's not Janelle Monet, is it?
I don't think so.
No, it's not. Okay. So there's two Monets out there. Who's Victoria?
No idea.
Y'all know who Victoria Listen, Janelle Monet done changed up everything in her and came out with a breast out, everything, breast popping through her shirt and all that stuff. And now she's got attention. Now I don't know the difference between her and Victoria.
I couldn't tell you. But this goes to
But let me just say Janelle Monet is a beautiful woman, though. Beautiful woman.
Okay. Absolutely. That's what I'm looking at here. But
that's not who you're looking at. That's the guy in the middle is Coleman Domingo.
Who's that to the left?
And there's Fantasia, and that's one of the Baileys.
Okay.
Oh, and Kiki. That's Kiki. Do you love me? That's Kiki Palmer.
Okay.
There you go.
But what I know we all love and appreciate about the NAACP Image Awards is that it's going to give recognition to names that you and I may not know, but names that are nonetheless deserving of recognition, and they will not get it at the Oscars or any of the other awards. You just referenced before we went on air about Halle Berry, getting the one.
Don't get me started. Don't get Billy Bob. Don't get me started. So the Entertainer of the Year category: Coleman Domingo, Fantasia Barrino, Halle Bailey, Kiki Palmer, and Usher up for entertainment. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna come down to either Usher or Coleman Domingo. That is the favorites. Let me say that. Not that it's gonna come down to, because it's already come down to these five. Those are the favorites based on everything I've heard, right? But I think based on, this is what Black folks do, based on everything Kiki went through, and not just because she went through stuff, but she's been all over the place and doing some great things. I think Kiki is the sleeper here.
Okay.
Motion.
When is the award ceremony? You remember the date?
Yeah, it's March the 4th.
Okay.
March the 4th, I believe. See, it was so it was all these different releases with different stuff, but it's actually 8 p.m. Eastern on BET and CBS on Saturday, March the 16th. So there you go, getting me to give all this misinformation out. It's unbelievable, Austin, what you do.
What I do?
Yes. So Jamie Foxx is up for Outstanding Actor in a Motion Picture for his The Burial. Denzel is up for The Equalizer Part 3. Coleman Domingo is up for Rustin.
Have you seen Equalizer 3?
No.
Have you seen 2?
I saw 1.
You didn't see 2?
No, I don't like when they start doing like too much gore and stuff and put the R label on it. I'm like, I'm a kid again. Yeah, I don't do it.
Okay. We'll talk about that when we walk.
Yeah, it's another couch thing, right? Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction is an Outstanding Actor. John Boyega. John Boyega. Who's that? The clone Tyrone. Oh gosh.
That's his stage name, the Clone Tyrone?
No, that's the name of the Netflix movie, which is also up for Outstanding Motion Picture. So maybe it's you and I who's missing out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who else we got here? I don't see Power 96's name on any of this. I don't understand. David Youngblood should be nominated for Best Legal Mind. Outstanding Supporting Actor, we did. Outstanding Supporting Actress, Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple.
Mm-hmm.
Divine. See, it says some names we shouldn't use. We shouldn't name our kids, but so be it. Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. Erica, that's my girl right there. Erica Alexander. I love Erica Alexander.
What's she in?
American Fiction.
Okay.
Although I didn't see that. Haley Bailey, The Color Purple, and Taraji, The Color Purple. So The Color Purple dominated that category. Anything else that we care about as far as awards are concerned? Let's see. Outstanding Breakthrough Performance. That's always fun. Outstanding Breakthrough Performance in a Motion Picture, right? Aaron Pierce for Brother. Leia DeLeon Hayes for The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster. Mila Davis Kent for Creed Part 3. Felicia Pearl Impassi for The Color Purple. And Tiana Taylor, 1001. We'll talk about Tiana Taylor in a little bit too. She is doing something really fabulous coming up. We're going to talk about that as well. And so anyway,
I'm so glad Jamie Foxx is back. You remember a year
a year ago at this time, but pretty much is when it started to fall apart for him, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good that what a talent. He's an amazing talent, and an absolutely amazing talent. Now let's talk about this other thing, Austin. White people adopting Black children, a form of transracial adoption. It's been a topic of debate for decades, and fears of adopted children being exploited on social media have only added fuel to the fire. We talk about that because on Sunday, this guy named Will, who's 36 years old, posted what he thought was a harmless TikTok video of him brushing his infant daughter's hair. In it, he calls on Black TikTok, quote, Black TikTok, for advice about caring for the little girl. He says, "We have adopted a Black baby. Her name is Zoe, and I don't know what to do for her hair." He says, "Please, any Black parents or anyone who knows what to do with Black children's hair, please help me in the comments."
Well, he's looking for attention. Because you mean to tell me that he adopted a Black child and there are no Black mothers he could have gone to, offline to say, "Can you help me?"
Well, somebody posted in the comments, "Where are your Black friends?"
Exactly. For far too many, I think it's and look, I think it's important to adopt all children. But my first reaction, even with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, years ago, my first reaction was, "Are you all doing this for attention? Are you doing it because you feel guilty for slavery or the treatment of Black people in Hollywood or wherever?
Are you doing it like Madonna, just to call your kid the N-word?"
Yeah, but true. So I think
to say you can say the N-word because you have adopted Black baby. That's Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
And she got roasted a couple of years ago for that.
So I just, I'm always very suspicious of white parents who adopt.
The guy looks like he's like a skinhead there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just looking for attention.
It's just so ridiculous.
And if you do adopt, if white folks do adopt Black children, hopefully they're providing them with a loving, stable home environment. But also, it's important that they teach them their Blackness. And whatever you have to do to ensure that, not necessarily going online and looking for attention, but make certain that they are exposed to their Blackhood, their Blackness, to their roots.
I don't go to the internet and ask white folks for their potato salad with raisins recipe. I ask my 3 white friends. This guy never misses. He never misses.
He's always paying attention.
All right, so my wife is telling us that Victoria Monet is very good. She's a singer.
Okay.
So if Shanae says that she's very good at singing,
Shanae.
that means she's a heck of a singer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
Did Shanae say?
Well, Shanae's a singer herself.
Oh, okay. This is good.
Let me, yeah. We've done tours and everything. Come on now.
You've done tours?
Yes, we have.
Okay.
Yes, actually, I'm like Ike Turner.
So Shanae's singing, and what are you doing?
I produce it.
Okay.
I have produced it. Listen,
Do you sing?
listen, my singing is my business, Austin Cooper.
Don't get defensive. I'm just asking.
I'm not getting defensive. I'm just making sure you understand.
Sound defensive.
It sounds, why y'all listen, this is not, because we in Florida, because we're in these slave chains in this slave state, doesn't mean that y'all can attack me like this. Doesn't mean y'all can attack me. But they're doing it anyway.
Shanae, I'll call you my sister. Just one of the other side of the story.
The other side of the story. So no, I mean, I'm like her Ike Turner. You know, she's my anime without the abuse.
Good.
Mm.
You heard Red Wolf.
I mean, it's only one type of abuse that goes on. Right? You know, if anybody's getting abused, it's me.
Shanae, like I said, I'll give you a call. Can you give me Shanae's number?
So we said we were going to talk about. Well, no, I want to stay here for a moment because the questions asked about that this guy, right? Some of the questions that was raised, did they have this couple this white man who adopted this Black child, right? Did they do it just for social media? Did they not have Black friends they could talk to? Why didn't they prepare to raise a Black child?
Yeah, no, it just looks very, promotional. I'm just looking for attention. I need attention. Not judging everybody by their looks, but if I, Stacey, I think you would agree. See how I'm pulling you into it.
Yeah, I see.
That he does look like a skinhead. I hope he's not.
Listen, Austin, stand on your own, okay?
Well, you said it first.
No, I know, but don't pull me in though. You could stand out here.
Why can't I pull you in?
Because you're supposed to be forceful enough to stand on your own.
I'm forcefully pulling you in.
You and Greer, I'll tell you. Listen, let's get some voice of reason here. And it's coming from Denise Rolock Barnes. She says, regardless of race, aren't most fathers always challenged when it comes to styling their daughter's hair? Yeah, most fathers don't go on the internet talking about any Black folks out there to help me with this.
Yeah.
And then Denise says, for those of us who were blessed with loving fathers, we have crazy stories of the hard hairstyles fathers made us go to school with, but we felt loved.
Yeah.
So, okay, so this guy, what's the guy's name? What is his name? Chris, right? Will. He wouldn't give his last name. The guy who posted this. He needs to get in touch with Denise. Because that's what he needs. He needs some guidance.
And Denise is so, as usual, on point. I remember my ex and I split when Ashley was 3. And I was living in Manhattan, and, she was living with her mom in Brooklyn. So, 3 days a week, and I would pray to Heavenly Jesus that when I picked her up from school for my 3 days, that Magda had cornrowed her hair. But on those times when she hadn't, she taught me how to braid.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Awesome.
And I could braid on this side, I forgot the style of car, and then, the hair in the back. So one morning, Ashley just will not sit still. And I got a plane to catch. I got to get her to school. So I got her hair done. She's wiggling between my legs, looking at Little Mermaid. And then
Oh,
she
God.
got up and goes
This is how he entertained
into
his
the
kid.
bathroom and burst into tears. Like, what's the matter? Dad, I look crazy. I mean, the line in my head is like zigzag. I can't go. Oh, you going to school like that? I got a plane to catch. I told you to sit still. So these.
Wow, that's a flag right there on that play.
What's the flag?
You yelling at your daughter like she was
I
3 years old. I told you to sit still. What kind of nonsense? Let's try to talk to her.
Denise, you can relate. Because Denise probably did the same thing with her dad. He was sitting there on the floor. I'm trying to hold her still. She's turning. She's looking at TV. She's grabbing this, grabbing that. And I mean, true, her hair, the part down the middle was zigzag. There was nothing I could do about it.
Denise says she's been wearing Denise.
What did you say?
Denise says I've been wearing locks because I don't know how to style my own hair. Because I tell Will practice makes perfect. One day she'll do her own. And Power 96 says send that child to Big Shirley's house. She works her hair and cuts the old buddy out. But yeah, I mean, look, and Southbound 3000 says, I think they want to see if Black lives really matter being raised by white parents. Now that's kind of deep right there.
Yeah, that's real deep. Wow.
It's very racist. If a person does that, and with that mindset, that's racist. Let me see if a Black life matter if they're being raised by white parents. That's kind of racist.
Yeah, but it's also, I mean, it's nuts because no matter who they are raised by, the race of the parents, that child, that beautiful little girl that we just saw, is can be raised as a Black person, and she, despite his best efforts, and I'm assuming he has the best of efforts, intentions of raising her.
I'm not assuming
she is going
based on his post.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm hoping for the best, certainly for her sake. But she is still going to encounter racism like the rest of us who are raised by Black parents.
So here's a little clue for white folks. Just don't be racist. Cut racism out, and we'd be good. Stop the nonsense, right? Right. I mean, I'm ready to pull out the public enemy now.
Racism is, I don't believe anybody is born racist any more so than anybody is born, homophobic. I think that is
learned behavior.
That's the result of your environment.
Yeah. Ignorance, people, that saying ignorance is bliss is really not. Ignorance is not bliss. And in this case, you're right. People are taught from an early age, because you put two kids in a sandbox, one is Black, one is white, they gonna grow up. Yeah, I mean, look, that's just the bond. That's elementary stuff, right? So I tell you, America. It's the world. It's not just America. So that's the thing too. We talked about like what happened at a London school last week on the show. Teachers, they didn't want to use the word Black. Instead they would prefer to use words like monkeys and stuff like that, right? And they got the teacher fired, and she won a lawsuit against them. It's everywhere.
Racism has no geographic boundaries.
No.
And no educational limitations.
No. And I always say, no people have been oppressed, attacked for their skin color more than Black folks, for any reason, for more than Black folks. We've been here this week. We had the town hall, very important town hall the other night with African American members of the Black press and members of the Jewish Anti-Defamation League and others. We had a Jewish congressperson and a Black congressperson on the panel as well. And there's a problem with anti-Semitism. There's a major problem with that. But, and I'm using the word but for lack of better transition, but we do everything. This country has banned books. They have banned it down here in Florida. You can't say certain things to try to make you forget not just what happened during the slave trade and during slavery, but everything that's happened since, and the lack of recompense, the lack of compensation, the lack of reparations. This idea that somebody has suffered more than Black people is ridiculous, because our suffering has never really been acknowledged, whereas everyone else's has, and yeah, to some degree, and to the fact that just about everybody else has been repaired as far as payment of reparations in some form or another. And people misunderstand when they talk about reparations, Black people just want a check. That's not we're not talking about a check. We're talking about something that's simple, often that they just struck down. Affirmative action. We're talking about people say, oh, affirmative action is racist too. A racist will say affirmative action was racist.
Exactly.
Because affirmative action, what it did, what it was supposed to do, and it didn't do the best of jobs with that either, was at least allow us to get a foot in the door.
Somewhat level.
Somewhat level. Because they made sure they put things in place that the field will never be leveled. We're always going to be fighting that uphill battle.
I mean, yeah, 50 years ago with Roe v. Wade, it took exactly 50 years, and they were just chipping away
yep.
until they achieved success.
Yeah,
almost 2 years ago. I think June will be 2 years. Now you see, I forgot what the court case was in the mid 70s. Affirmative actions. Alan Bakke out in California, I think UCLA, and they since that decision they have been chipping away at affirmative action. And look at where we are now. They don't always call it affirmative action. They're talking. Mm-hmm. They call it DEI. Now they took down Claudine Gay up at Harvard. Now they're going after the president of Cornell University. I don't know that he or she is Black, but the focus nonetheless mm-hmm. is diversity, inclusion.
Listen, the day is coming soon when they're going to go after HBCUs. Mm-hmm. And it's bad enough that they refuse to give adequate funding. I commend the Biden-Harris administration. They have given a record amount of funding for HBCUs to the best of their ability, to the amount that they could, right? But they're coming for HBCUs, mm-hmm. just like the fund down in Atlanta for Black women-owned businesses, mm-hmm. that they just stopped. It stopped because the court said it went along with the conservative movement there that said that that's racist, that you're only helping Black women-owned businesses. These are Black women helping Black women. And so they're telling you, Austin Cooper, they're telling your sister and your mom, and you can't help other Black women.
Exactly. And going back to Nikki Haley, again, not wanting to acknowledge that the root cause of the Civil War was indeed slavery. Coming out and saying that this is not a racist society, when her father taught for 30 years at Voorhees, an HBCU in South Carolina.
That woman said that America has never been racist, and then she, in the next breath, said that she experienced racism in America growing up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This heifer
can't have it both ways.
Come on.
No heifer.
No heifer.
No heifer. Is that
you're gonna call her heifer in the South?
Yeah.
Down here in the deep.
We will not use the oppressor's language.
The oppressor's language. Oh my goodness. But they are the way Power 96 says that everything except Black athletes playing for PWI. That is their favorite plantation game. Mm-hmm. And that's the way. And that's why. So Tim Scott, right? So that's why when Black folks see a Tim Scott do what he has been doing, when they see a Clarence Thomas he's doing, or Candace Owens, That's what infuriates Black folks. It's you are allowed, and you have every right to be a conservative. You have every right to be whatever you choose to be. If Candace Owens and Clarence Thomas and Tim Scott, if they want to go and murder someone, they have every right to do that, but they have every right to pay the penalty, right? But Black folks get upset because you're out there, singing a tune that is about, like you said, the oppressor's tune, the oppressor's language.
I'm more willing to, and I don't agree with Candace Owens at all, but she's of a, younger generation, so she just doesn't know her history.
I don't think it's that. I think she's all about. She figured out. She figured out, Austin. This is gonna make some money for me. I think that's Candace. Now you got the idiots like a Tim Scott, like a Clarence Thomas, who know better.
And they grew up. Well, I mean, Thomas is older than Tim Scott, so certainly
that dude kicked the ladder out that he climbed on.
Grew up in.
I'm going to play this Fannie Lou. Yeah, might not hear it, but this Fannie Lou.
Okay, we're gonna have a clip coming up. I don't know if y'all hear the great Greer in the background yelling at me like this. Like, I mean, gosh, Austin, what is going on here? We gotta play a clip.
Yeah, but you guys, I might have to unmute here, but hold on.
Candace is intentional in her ignorance and all about the ice water, is what David Youngblood says.
Yeah. We are sick and tired of being sick and tired.
The American people are sick and tired
of
being sick and tired. We need.
For so many years, Negroes have suffered in the state of Mississippi. And we are tired of people saying that we are satisfied because we are everything but satisfied.
But that he would use
that
her prophetic word,
right,
to his advantage.
And did you see his eyes roll to the back of his head? And it was like, oh my gosh, this guy is shameless. No, but he's shameless.
While his master is right behind.
It's smiling. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. It makes your stomach. Look. I say it, and I'm gonna say it again. I know people get tired of me saying it. I cover politics. I don't get involved, but this stuff turns your stomach when you see somebody do something like this. Tim Scott. That's why you're forbidding to, honor him with any title. He's just Timmy. Yeah.
Uncle Tim.
Or Uncle Tim, or whatever you want to do. Yeah. But when you see that,
I mean, there are certain Blacks who just repeatedly bring shame to our people. They bring shame to our ancestors, to our, to our history, to our very Blackness. And this, Tim is one example, of many. Clarence is and I used to always say that until Justice Brown was appointed by President Biden almost 2 years ago now, that we did not have a Black on the Supreme Court because Clarence Thomas never represented my interests, never represented the interests of Black people.
Well, how about just representing the interests of justice? Because this guy has taken large donations, not donations, but gifts from Harlan Crow. And then he sits on cases and hears and rules in cases involving Harlan Crow, and rules 100% of the time in Harlan Crow's favor, which says this. It suggests that pay the judge and you will get the decision that you want, regardless if it's right or wrong. There's no other way to look at that.
None.
There's no other way to look at that.
And again, if folks, I'm not going to put it all on black people, but if white folk had voted like they should have, and not with racist intent and racism in their hearts, in their very fiber, then Donald Trump would not have been elected president. And Donald Trump in one term, and think about it, Jimmy Carter was president for one term. He did not appoint one person to the bench. Ronald Reagan was president for 8 years. I think he only got
he got two. Did he get two?
Sandra Connor and maybe one.
Oh no, because Uncle Clarence was Bush.
Well, George, exactly.
Right,
George W. Got one.
Mm-hmm.
But in one term, Donald Trump appointed 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
because they stole the one from Obama.
Yeah, exactly.
Mitch McConnell.
Yeah. The current Attorney General, who would have been much better on the Supreme Court than its Attorney General. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Oh gosh, just the forget about it. Let's move on because I'm gonna use the oppressive language you got keep going on here. So let's move on here.
You know the way Greg look at you. Don't say it. Don't do it.
Power 96 said he heard the cutie pie Greer's voice, so he's happy this morning.
What did he say?
He said I heard the cutie pie producer Greer's voice this morning. So relax. He says relax. So let's talk about Teyana Taylor. She's going to, she officially announced that she is going to play Dionne Warwick in a film about the legendary Dionne Warwick. They've been showing photos, side-by-side photos of a younger Dionne. And if you go by that, not a bad choice. I don't know how much you know about Teyana Taylor.
No.
I kind of figured that. Listen, I didn't start learning about Teyana Taylor, and I still don't know a whole lot about Teyana Taylor. Because she was married to the basketball player, who he was on the Knicks, so that's why I knew she, whatever. But she was also in Eddie Murphy's Coming to America Part 2.
Okay.
The most recent Coming to America, and that's about all I really know. She's a model, I think. And she's a singer.
Yeah. No,
she is. I know she, but I'm saying as far, there's no fan here. Put it that way.
Yeah.
And
I recognize the name, but
yeah, I know.
I mean, you got scolded.
No, it's not really a scolding when it's the truth. But the thing about it is, guys be falling over for her, and I mean, she's a cute girl.
Yeah. And she does resemble.
She's extremely talented. That's the key there. The fact that she multi-talented.
And I have no doubt she's going to do an excellent job.
Yeah. But you know what? It's nice. So Luther Vandross has finally got the biopic or documentary treatment. Finally, and Dionne is getting hers. It's nice to see this with these artists, these African American icons, right? You know who hasn't had one at all? Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, you're only saying it because you wrote his book.
Well, I'm saying it right. I'm saying it because I did write the book. And I'm also saying it because we are working on a movie on Stevie Wonder and his mother, based on his mother's life. Not totally based on Stevie's life, but based on his mother's life. Al Roker Entertainment has signed us. So we will be, we have a screenwriter who's been working night and day on it.
Good.
And so hopefully in the very near future, there will be a Stevie Wonder theme.
And this is why I'm proud to call you my friend.
That's the only reason why.
And this is why I always call you, legendary.
It's the only reason why.
Because of the great work you do. No, seriously, I'm teasing you. But that is this type of recognition of Stevie in on the screen is long overdue.
It is.
So
it's really a complete honor to be involved in it. It really is. So we'll have some Black Press exclusives as time goes on. So
Speaking of an exclusive, we have to get ready for it.
you hear that? All right, let's wrap up with Nia Long though. So Nia Long and her ex, whose name you could pronounce, Ime Udoka, I think that's it.
Close enough.
They finally reached a settlement regarding custody and child support. She's going to get $32,000 a month. He'll get visitation certain week. Yeah, $32,000 a month.
$32,000 a month.
She should have. This guy. Say again.
How old is
The child is 12 years old. Kez.
Okay.
And she what he put her through. So I'm not like advocating that women should just go after the dollar for the child or whatever, but they should absolutely go after it in certain cases like this. What he put, and she wasn't going after. Let me make that clear. I don't think Nia was going after the money. I think she wanted to make sure that he held up his bar, and because in his case, he's out there running around with these folks, other women and stuff like that, and doing crazy stuff. Her thing, hey, that's you do you,
yeah.
But make sure that our child has what the child needs. Exactly. So good for Nia Long. It seems like Nia Long is like one of them women. This is a rare case where even Black men was like, yeah, you get him, girl. Get him. Even Black men. Black men be like, oh man, that child support is a killer. It's a killer. Yeah, y'all wrong for it. Y'all, and Nia Long said, I'm foul for it. They said, yeah, don't get it, girl. Take him down.
You see what Power said?
Power 96 is great. $32 a month. I'm calling OJ before I pay that. Oh, I'm done with Power 96. Power 96. He got something. Don't you got something to do?
Hilarious.
He got something else to do this morning.
Before we go, can I say something? Please.
Greer, what do you think? Do you think we should give him license to say something?
How tall are you?
So he's trying to size me up.
No.
What's your size?
Because even when we stand up, I'm taller than you.
Right. But because you got your leg, you got a leg on
Probably taller than you. So here's my question to you: why did you get the high end of the couch? Because for most of the show,
some Black people. This is why we got problems in the community.
Now,
This is why we got problems in the community.
Even now, you look taller than me. Are you on a pillow or something?
You know what? You could take a Black man out the hood. Good night.
Appreciate you, brother.
Austin Cooper, the one and only. Listen, check out what he does for Our House DC and the Washington Informer. If y'all haven't checked it out by now, you're losing. So check it out. The Washington Informer, Our House DC. He's the guy that's in charge of that. And he's a jack of all trades for sure. Thanks, Austin.
Appreciate you, brother.
We'll see you guys again on Monday. Have a good one.